This video is an introduction to a new program used for analyzing log files from human-machine interfaces called HistoryView. So I've just opened the program and I'm going to point it to a log file, a trigger log created on a shutdown. So I've opened this log file, and this first tab shows some data about the file, start and end times, the number of records, the time increment. And now it's populated the event table, so it shows the alarms and shutdowns that occurred in the course of this file. So one shutdown for high vibration on the HPC, the high pressure compressor. Can also show status bits if we want. So we'll start to analyze this file knowing it's a vibration shutdown by selecting some variables on the compressor. So I'll search for variables with a vibe in the title, and I find the HPC vibe signals, and I'm also going to add power turbine speed. So I can scroll down until I see power turbine speed. They're sorted alphabetically, so that makes it easy to find things, and I can double click anywhere in the row and that'll toggle the selection. So now I've got some variables selected. I'm going to plot them. So I'll go to the plot tab, and just the first variable is selected by default. I can either select them one by one, or I can use this tool here. Power turbine speed in purple, let's make that black. Auto scale it, auto scale the vibration, set them all to be the same, and now we're starting to dig into analyzing this data. So I'm going to zoom in on this data. Well, actually first I'm going to show the event cursors. So the event cursors are selected down here. So I'll show the alarm and shutdown event cursors, and just two of them show up. One has one alarm. If I click into this yellow box, it shows all the alarms that occurred at that point in time. The other has one shutdown, and it also has a red line going across the data. So the red line indicates that a shutdown occurred at that time. Click on it, and that's the vibration shutdown we saw in the event log summary. So now I'm going to zoom in on the data. So I'll use this horizontal zoom, and a zoom summary window pops up showing the entire data set and the highlight around our zoomed area. I can manipulate that zoomed area with the blue edges of the highlighted area. So now we're zooming in a little bit closer on this vibration spike that occurred while power turbine speed was decreasing. If I hover the mouse over the trace, it shows the title of the signal and the value and the time. So now I'm going to put some cursors on by pressing this cursor tool button, and two cursors show up, a red and a blue. As I move the cursors through the data, the values change in the table, and it shows the difference between the red and the blue value. Down here it shows the red and the blue time as well as the difference. So we can see that the vibration levels were pretty nice, nice and smooth, steady, up to this deceleration, and out of the blue it seems the vibration spiked high. That's kind of unusual that vibration would spike high as speed was decreasing, and it doesn't look like a critical speed to me. So maybe something process related. Let's add a variable for surge margin on the compressor. So I can search for surge, and there's surge margin. So plot the data again, and surge margin now shows up. Zoom in again, and the surge margin scale is going down to -100. I can see it's dropping quite low, so I hover over it, I can see it's -35% surge margin. So that probably played into why the vibration spike occurred. So that's just a basic introduction to how to open a log file, view the events, select the variables, and plot the data on a trend plot. The next videos will show more advanced capabilities, including Y versus X and pattern plots.